Roseanne Cherrie Barr is an American actress, comedian, writer, and television producer, but you more than likely already knew that. What you probably didn't know was that she ran for the office of the United States presidency in 2012. Now I know what you're really thinking. Is this some crazy plot from Roseanne? Actually, no, surprisingly not. But let's start back from the beginning. On August 5th, 2011, Roseanne appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and announced her candidacy for the presidency in the 2012 election, running on the newly founded Green Tea Party ticket. She also said that she would run for the Prime Minister of Israel. OnTheIssues.org describes her as a libertarian-leaning progressive, as her campaign called attention to economics, personal health, and meditation, even making appearances at Occupy Wall Street, stating that any guilty Wall Street bankers should be, quote, forced to give up any income over $100 million, be sent to re-education camps, or be executed by beheading if they resisted. However, in January of 2012, she filed with the FEC as a candidate for the Green Party and formally announced the change on February 2nd of that year. The reason she did so was that she could give the Greens more recognition. She gained endorsements from the Green Party Black Caucus, the National Organization for Reform of Marijuana Laws, and Cynthia McKinney, the Green Party candidate in 2008, although she of course had many challengers, the most prominent one being Dr. Jill Stein, the American physician and politician who ran for the governorship of Massachusetts on 2 separate occasions. During the primaries, she rarely made any public appearances, mostly campaigning via Skype, while her campaign manager, Farheen Hakim, former Green Party co-chair, did 90% of the work. The primaries were harsh, with Roseanne attacking the frontrunner Jill for not being as well known as her. Barr managed to get 72 delegates in the primaries, winning Georgia and tying with Jill Stein in Oregon, Hawaii, Iowa, and Kentucky. Eventually, at the Green Party National Convention, Jill Stein was chosen as the Green Party nominee. Many people suggested that Roseanne should be picked as Stein's running mate, but Jill Stein chose Cherry Hankala instead. Barr was invited to speak, but chose to send Hakim to speak on her behalf, and a shouting match in the hallway reportedly ensued. Roseanne took the loss well, and by that I mean she threw a tantrum, and she caused a lot of controversy by using alleged transphobic words in statements about Stein on Twitter. Shortly after losing the Green Party nomination, Barr announced that she would run on the Peace and Freedom Party ticket with activist Cindy Sheehan as her running mate. For those of you who don't know, the Peace and Freedom Party is a feminist/socialist party. Sheehan immediately had disagreements with Barr, from Barr's views on policy to Barr's desire to only campaign online, and Barr's treatment of the Green Party nominee Jill Stein, so she tried to leave the ticket. However, she was unable to do so she simply stopped actively campaigning for Roseanne. Roseanne was only on the ballot in Colorado, Florida, and California, and had write-in access in a lot of other states, putting her grand total of electoral votes to 267. Since her home state of Hawaii didn't allow write-in votes, she decided to vote for Barack Obama. Roseanne won 0.05% of the popular vote, and getting 6th place overall, placing above Justice Party candidate Rocky Anderson, who actually had access to more states than her. However, as you may have noticed by many of her statements and sentiments, her campaign may not have been genuine, and nowhere is that more evident than in the documentary Roseanne for President, a documentary about her campaign for president, similar to Who is Vermin Supreme and Outsider Odyssey. That, alongside many of her statements, made many people, including myself, question if her campaign was legitimate. Her and her family insist that it was real. That didn't end her involvement in politics, as evident by her interview on The Rubin Report and her endorsement of Donald Trump, despite her left leanings. Her explanation for so being, "I think we would be so lucky if Trump won, because then it wouldn't be Hillary," even revealing that she had voted for him. And more recently, the character Roseanne from the newer seasons of The Roseanne Show is an outspoken Trump supporter. It makes sense to me, because I view her as the left-wing Donald Trump, due to many of her statements being sort of outlandish and her being outspoken in her views. And with that, we conclude Roseanne Barr's political campaign history. Not as impactful as, say, Ralph Nader or Ross Perot, but hopefully you learned a little bit more about our strange political system. Besides, Roseanne threw her name out for 2020, so now we can actually prove that that is a legitimate claim that she might run for president. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when a future video of mine comes out.